Welcome to another guide too, with me, MrSealyp. The Transport Container 4000H. This is a mod by Blacksheep Modding, new out today. It has been kind of eagerly anticipated since the 850 hook came out. And on Blacksheep Modding's site they showed the video clip of this kind of flatbed low loader type hook lift attachment being used. People have been waiting for it to come out, and it is finally here. So Blacksheep Modding mod, brand new out, compatible with all the IT runner hook lift equipment, and there's a few things out for it now. The 850 hook, obviously with the IT runner IT pack attachment. There's the Bio Belts IT trailer, which has just been updated, I believe, because the issues with the containers moving on the back, that's been resolved. There's the Tatra Turno hook lift version, so there's a few out there, and plus obviously there's the IT runner pack, this which is kind of in game now. So there's a few different options for using this particular piece of equipment, which is very, very nice. So before we actually look at what it does and what it can do, let's have a look in store. So once installed, you will find it in low loaders. So if I go to low loaders, the BsM Transport Container 4000H, it's only 9,000 for the standard version, which is pretty good, I have to say. It does say may carry small vehicles and equipment. This trailer can transport other vehicles. We're going to look at that in a moment as well. Options available. You can change the main colour. Standard 9,000. That's it. If you change the colour, obviously that's going to vary depending on what you pick. Another 700. I think they're all pretty much 700, aren't they? Yeah. Another 700 to change the colour. Then you've got the standard width, which I think is 2.5 meters, and then you've got with extensions, which I think takes out to 3.7 meters. I think it said on the Modhub. So with extensions, it's another 500. So depending on what you go with, if I, for example, just left that on the base colour, it's only going to cost me 9,500 for this low loader flatbed type thing, and it is a bit of it's an interesting one because it's in low loaders. The thing about it is, with any of these, the hook, the 850 hook, the IT runner pack, any of them, when it's lifted up onto the top, it's not low. It's not very low at all. So calling it a low loader, not really. Flatbed, probably the best way of putting it. What will it carry? What can it carry? That's what we're going to look at next. I'm also going to look at obviously how it operates, but if you've used any of the IT runner type bits of equipment, hook lift equipment, it does exactly the same thing. One thing it does have is tie downs, tension straps, whatever you want to call them, it does have them. So if you want to be transporting containers, boxes, anything that can be tied down, pallets, that kind of thing, the tension straps will work. I did wonder whether or not if you put a vehicle on here, you could tension strap a vehicle down. I tried clicking on them. It does put the tension straps across, but not over the vehicle. So as far as I'm aware, it doesn't. I'm assuming there's a kind of inbuilt locking script. I'm not 100% certain, but I think there probably is. So this version here is the 2.5 meter standard version. This one here with the sideboards there and there is the 3.7. It does seem considerably wider. So what we'll do is quickly jump in here, giving the game away slightly, but once it's hooked up it unloads in the usual way. Onto the ground. It can be left hooked, loaded, and then put it back up again, or you can just detach it. Make sure I press the right button. That one. So you can detach it and leave it where it is, load it up, come back for it later on. I'm going to put that back down on the ground anyway, because we're going to need to. But there you go, that's the operation of it. It'll be the same with the IT runner. But like I say, once it's up on the back of these things, it's not low. So anything you put up on top of this, it's got a very high centre of gravity, which means tipping is always likely, and more likely depending on what pieces of equipment you put on this, because contrary to popular belief and the fact that most people would like to use this sensibly, obviously that's not the route most people want to go down. So what I will do is turn that off and we'll jump out, because the last time I did a couple of trailers, the Chieftain and a few others, the first thing people said was in the comments, it really would have been nice if you could have showed it with something on it so we know what kind of things will fit. So I have a selection, a variety of things to try out. From a basic tractor, Scorpion King, Big Bud, single wheeled, not double. I mean, yeah, not that it would make much difference, but anyway. And the largest of the harvesters we have in game, the New Holland CR 1090. So what am I going to start with? I'll start with the small trailer first, the narrow one. This should take a normal tractor. I say normal, it's a 939, so it's not small. But this should go onto the small trailer. This will go onto the big trailer, no problem at all. So the big trailer, the wider trailer. This should go on fairly easily, which it does. And like I say, with the tie downs, if I try and find one that's under the wheels, which is probably about there, has it done it or not? Oh yeah, it's kind of a bit of green there. So like I say, it's there now, it's on under there, but it hasn't gone kind of over the tractor. So whether it does actually tie anything down, I'm not sure. But that will fit on there, no problem at all. On the narrower of the two, there's a little bit of an overhang, but obviously for your smaller tractors and things like that, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Interestingly, when you look at the size of the 939 and then you look at the size of the Scorpion King, you think, well, the Scorpion King's massive. Well, interestingly, it's not that much wider, if wider at all. And also, interestingly enough, it does fit onto the narrow trailer. There's a little bit of an overhang, again, nothing major. But it does also tell you that this will fit onto the wider one, no problem at all. Lengthwise, if we get right up to the end, that's not too bad. Now realistically, are you going to be putting massive things like this onto an IT runner bed? I would like to say no, because the problem you've got now is when you try and pull this up onto the top, let's see what happens. That's what happens. Now it will do it, but should it do it? I'm not convinced. It's on there, and providing you take it nice and easy, you can transport it. But there are low loaders that can do this and will keep the centre of gravity much lower. It's a cracking mod, I absolutely love it. I think it's a brilliant idea. Would I be using it for transporting massive great big things like this high off the ground? I'm not sure. That's not so bad unloading, but anyway. So would I? I don't know for definite, but anyway, it does work on that one, no problem at all. What I do need to do now, actually, because that's moved, it's a bit ungainly, but I'll just drag that forward. Shouldn't really do that, but anyway. What I'm going to do now then is the options left. So, actually, what we'll go with first, I'm going to do the Big Bud first. Now it sounds ridiculous, but I tried this out earlier. I was astounded, I'll be honest, I was astounded. So the wider trailer, will it go on? Well, To be fair, even if you have the double wheels on here, that will overhang massively, but because they're attached to the inner wheels, it doesn't really matter. Will it go on? Yes, it will. Like so. And lengthwise, now it's up on that back bit, all I have to do is edge forward, and it is on. It will fit a big bud. Wow, quite impressive. Not too much of an overhang. However, let's look at the front. When I then lifted it up onto here earlier, and look at the back wheels. Yep, sunk into the tarmac. It lifted the whole front end up when it went on, but it did go on, same as it did with the Scorpion King. It lifted it up onto the back. However, it was so top heavy, even the slightest turn caused the whole thing to shift, and when I brought it round a full circuit to come back round here and line it back up again, the whole lot toppled over sideways. Too top heavy, too high. I don't know whether it's the physics of the big bud, I'm not too sure, but it really didn't like it very much at all. But it does fit on there, and I would imagine if you're extremely careful, you could. Now, again, like I'm saying, realistically, would you be sticking this sort of stuff onto these trailers when you use them? And Blacksheep Modding, if anybody's watching from Blacksheep Modding, if you watch my videos, I'm hugely, thank you very much if you do. They're going to be watching going, why would you do that? Why would you? But because this is what people do. They get a mod like this and think, right, let's test it to the max. Let's see what we can get on it. Let's see what we can use on it. Let's see what we can use it for. Like I say, it's a brilliant mod. The actual textures, the detailing, the wooden planking, the checker plate, everything. It's brilliant. It's a great mod. And this is the first thing people are going to ask. Can you fit this on it? Can you fit that on it? Can you? So, I thought I'd show you. Why not? So, will the CR1090 fit on? If I line it up properly. I'll say properly. Now, it's not so much the front tracks that are the issue. It's making sure these back wheels are level. Because if they're not, it doesn't like it too much. So I'll try and make sure they're up as level as they can be. But we are on. So let's jump in here. It didn't lift the front up too badly. It has stayed on there. That was not so fantastic, but we're on. It is incredibly high, it is incredibly top heavy, and when we turn, you're going to notice some movement. Oh, not too bad. When I did this with the big bud, it was all over the place. So, can it lift? Can it carry a CR1090? Can it carry any of the harvesters? Yes, they will fit on here. There's a fair bit of weight over that triple axle on the back, but it will carry it. Would I want to carry this on the IT runner? Not so sure. Would I want to carry it on the Tatra Turno IT one? Not so sure. But it does go on, it does fit, it will transport. It will, yeah, a little bit there, but it will. Disconnect that. And there you have it, ladies and gents. The Transport Container 4000H flatbed, low loader, whatever you want to particularly call it, from Blacksheep Modding. Works incredibly well. I like it. I'm sure I will be finding all sorts of uses for it. The wide bed one, I think for loading things like pallets and all those kind of things, it's going to be incredibly useful bit of kit. And like I say, for 9,000 it's a cheap alternative to some of the other ones. But there you go, that's it from me. I hope you found this informative and useful and helpful, and again, like I've said before, even if it's just to look at it and say, yep, like it, no, don't like it, But for those people saying you never show you putting stuff on, I think I've put a variety of things on these today to let you have a look, and it's quite impressive what will fit on them. If you have enjoyed this, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you'd like to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.